What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about the Lofoten Islands in Norway. This is a place in Norway I have never learned about, and it seems absolutely incredible. If I zoom in here on the map, I found it here, Lofoten. This is just something... This is a kind of thing that simply does not exist in the United States. An island or an archipelago, a group of islands like this that extends out from the country, from Norway. This is just a landscape that I can't even imagine. There's really nothing like it in America, which is one of the reasons I'm so fascinated by it. Man, and I can't actually believe that for many people, like, they actually live here, very close to the ocean. It's probably very soothing and kind of gets rid of a lot of stress living in such an amazing place like this. But I just wanted to learn more about this Lofoten. And I have a video here that is going to explain Lofoten and some of the incredible features of it to me. So I'm very excited for that. Let's take a look.
Off the coast of northern Norway is home to arguably the most stunning landscape of the entire planet.
Oh. Oh! Oh! What? Oh, and there's even, wow, down there on the bottom right, there's even like a town and boats, roads. That's another thing about Norway is, in Norway, with all this incredible geography and honestly, this picture right here, like, doesn't even look real to me. It looks like a computer-generated image or something. I can't believe this actually exists. And then, Norway is so good at building roads and structures, like, within this amazing landscape. And it's just, I don't know, it's like otherworldly, honestly. What on earth? Oh my gosh, this is great. I mean, the narrator said this was one of the most beautiful places on Earth, and people throw around that word a lot, like, the most beautiful place on the planet. Like, this is. Look at this. Oh, winter.
All along the 175 kilometers of the Lofoten archipelago,
Lofoten? Is that how you say it? Lofoten or Lofoten?
unbelievable bedrock formations are shooting out of the Atlantic Ocean, towering over the lush and narrow coast strips. Steep slopes, snowy peaks, idyllic fishing villages.
The villages, I think that's right. These mountains and cliffs are so extreme. They're really jutting out of the landscape. They're really very striking. Like, these mountains, like, have a certain intensity to them that's, like, very cool, very striking. And yes, the classic Norwegian town, waterside town built on stilts. That's just awesome.
Constructed out of red-painted timber, and the mesmerizing Aurora Borealis are just a few of the many incredible things you can find on the Lofoten.
Oh my god.
The Lofoten cover hundreds of small islands and rocks penetrating the water surface, but the majority of the 24,500 inhabitants live on one of these 7 main islands.
Okay. Oh, there's hundreds of islands? Oh my gosh. There's 7 main islands in the Lofoten. Okay.
The mountainous interior of all of these islands give only little space for permanent settlements.
Right.
So the vast majority of these people live in very close proximity to the coast.
Yeah, because it gets kind of flatter by the coast. I mean, that's so cool. This is so cool. Like, I'm so glad that this is real. Like, I know that's weird to say, but like, there's nothing in America like this.
Across the 1,200 square kilometers, not a single official city can be found, and there are only 2 towns with more than 1,000 inhabitants.
Wow. Svolvær, I've heard of. Wow, so there's like 25,000 people total in Lofoten. And there's not even big cities, just towns with like 1,000 or less people. So really, really tight-knit communities, I imagine. Everyone kind of knows each other and has to get along and work together, and it's like a community. That is so cool.
For thousands of years, the life on Lofoten was all about fishing, since enormous numbers of cod migrate from the Barents Sea between Russia and Greenland to the mild climate of the Lofoten to breed. Fishing cod and the export of stockfish has been virtually the only economic activity on the island group until the arrival of tourists in the late 19th century.
Oh, that's interesting. The economy of Lofoten was really based around fishing, which makes complete sense, until the modern day when, not surprisingly to me, tourism. I get it. Like, usually I say, oh, tourists, they're probably really annoying. They're probably really ruining the experience for a lot of people. But I think I can't blame them for wanting to visit this. Like, I'm sorry. This is just so beautiful. Like, I would want to visit this. This is once in a lifetime for a lot of people who don't live in Norway.
With over 1 million visitors in the year 2017, they certainly keep the locals busy today.
Yeah.
The main activity of these tourist masses is climbing the numerous mountains of the archipelago.
Oh, the tourists are coming to climb the mountains. Oh boy. That does sound fun. Maybe a little dangerous for the tourists, but it's good that the tourism helps the economy of Norway and Lofoten. That's good.
Even though the highest peaks are just above 1,000 meters tall, which sounds tiny compared to the Alps or many other mountain ranges. The climbed altitude is not distorted by an elevated starting point, since most trails start at water level. The tallest mountain of Lofoten is the Hirgrastinden, which stands 1,148 meters above the deep Vestfjorden.
And there's literally people, there's buildings under it. Like, there's people who actually get to see this every day. That is amazing.
The Lofoten are a very mountainous archipelago, spread over hundreds of islands. But despite this, the Norwegians made sure that everything is still easily accessible.
Really?
A vast network of bridges and tunnels connect the islands all the way between the mainland and the village of Åre at the southwestern tip.
Oh, there's one place as far down in Lofoten as you can get. What's it called?
All the way between the mainland and the village of Åre at the southwestern tip. Taking the main road, the E10, between the villages of Lødingen and Åre, for example, leads you across 25 bridges and into 15 tunnels.
Wow, that's amazing. How they were able to connect all these islands with bridges and tunnels. That would make driving down Lofoten, like, so fun. Just driving. Not even, like, stopping places, yes, but even just driving, it seems like it'd be an adventure, like, so cool.
Which ranged from just a few meters to multiple kilometers in length. The communities have been strongly shaped by the narrow strips of leveled coast, which results in some peculiar solutions when trying to build basic community facilities.
Oh my god, these coastal towns, these communities built on the water like this are one of a kind. So Norwegian. So amazing.
The most famous of these basic constructions that had to be adjusted to the challenging physical geography is the football pitch in the fishing village of Henningsvær. The little but picturesque village houses just 510 inhabitants and the Henningsvær IL football club, which plays to
What? They built the most scenic football field in the world. That is so awesome. And it makes sense. Like, the community probably wanted to play football and have a nice football pitch, and they built one. And it happens to be one of the most beautiful places in the world.
Home matches on this pitch, which has been carved into the bedrock around 100 meters outside the village.
Wow.
Unique places like Henningsvær are the reason why over 1 million tourists per year make their way up to this archipelago above the Arctic Circle.
Yeah.
This, however, is also a massive strain on the local communities and the fragile environment.
Ooh.
In Norway, the budget of the municipalities, which take care of local infrastructure such as public transport, public bathrooms, and trail maintenance, is determined by the number of residents in a given municipality. Considering that the archipelago is home to only 24,500 residents, the process of fitting out the Lofoten with suitable infrastructure to serve 1 million tourists is reason to worry.
Wow. Oh, that's a shame. So Lofoten is only funded based on its population of Norwegians who live there, which is very little. So they only get so much money, but they have to handle like 1 million tourists coming in and out every year, which takes a lot of money for infrastructure. That's unfortunate.
The right to roam is a law in Norway which allows everybody to roam uncultivated, meaning public land. But many tourists, either by misunderstanding or by simple ignorance, take this to an unsustainable level. Pitched tents on cemeteries, parked cars on crucial roads, and beaches which are turned into public toilets are just a few of the strains that the locals have to deal with.
Oh, yeah, I mean, this doesn't totally surprise me. Like, Norway has such nice places, such beautiful places, that it's unavoidable that there's going to be tourists, and with the tourists, like, they're going to break the rules, they're going to make a mess, they're going to harm things. Like, it's unavoidable that those kinds of people are going to come and kind of spoil it for everyone. But hopefully, for the most part, the tourism is like a net positive for Lofoten, I hope.
And the constrained public budgets are struggling to build parking lots, camping areas, and public restrooms to keep up with the inflow of tourists. The introduction of a tourism tax has been proposed by local municipalities and the tourism industry. But the idea to keep tourism in Norway competitive has put this initiative on hold for now.
Oh, they're trying to think of ways to raise money for this problem, but they don't want to discourage tourism. I get it.
If you ever get to visit the Lofoten, please keep this in mind to ensure that the most beautiful archipelago in the world stays this way for far into the future.
Yeah. Oh my
I hope you enjoyed the video.
Oh my gosh. That's ridiculous. That is beautiful. That's one of the most beautiful places I've seen. In Norway, too, which is saying something. This video is by Fact Spark, and I give it a like. That was so well done. That was a great overview of Lofoten Islands and the road system and the different communities. That was great. I have a short little video here as well with just an individual kind of discovering parts of the Lofoten Islands and giving a little tour, which I thought would be very fun as well. Maybe a more close-up look.
Good morning from the Lofoten. We start our discovery in the town of Aah, which is also the beginning.
Oh, Aah! Yeah, Aah! That's the town that's the most south in Lofoten, the furthest out from Norway. Yeah, this is like the start.
Beginning of the road, which stretches all over the Lofoten Islands.
Yeah. I can't believe there's a road that goes all the way through Lofoten. That is awesome.
The European Road E10 connects the large island of Lofoten with bridges and undersea tunnels.
See, this is what I mean. Like, just even getting in a car and driving this would be like, I don't know, life-changing. It's like another world. And there's tunnels. Pretty cool.
And our next stop is Reine, which is located on a little island off the bigger Moskenes Island.
Okay.
Picturesque spot.
Wow. Yeah, all these little communities built by the water. These are just amazing.
The Lofoten Islands are characterized by their mounds and peaks, sheltered inlets and stretches of seashore, which make for an incredible road trip.
These mountains are just insane. Insane.
If you were wondering if the Lofoten Islands have nice beaches, yes, they indeed have.
Oh, they even have beaches! They even have beaches too, although there is a lot of snow.
This is Ramberg Stranda. Over there is Ramberg, and this is basically the beach of Ramberg.
I don't know if you'd be getting in your bathing suit and jumping in anytime soon, but it is beautiful.
Fascinated by these pristine beaches, we were hungry for more and made our way to a place which is known for its surf.
Wow, surf?
We made it! We're at the beach now! We're in Unstad.
It's so nice.
Which is actually like the hotspot for surfing.
Surfing? I didn't know there was surfing. That's pretty cool. Okay. Oh yeah, the waves.
All right, waves are a little bit too big for us, so we decided to go with the world's best cinnamon buns instead.
Yeah, no time to surf? Why not get a cinnamon bun?
Onstad Arctic Surf is the hub for cold water surfers of the Lofoten.
Wow.
Indeed, the founders were the first ones to catch waves up here. Today, the Lofoten attracts well-known surfers from all around the world.
Oh, and it has a good cinnamon bun as well. This is completely throwing me for a loop. I was not expecting, like, the Lofoten to have a surfing culture as well. That's pretty awesome.
Next spot we're stopping by is called Nusfjord. It's a little fishing village.
Nusfjord, man, yeah. The little villages seem like they'd be a lot of fun to visit as well. Very authentic.
Right at this tiny fjord here, very, very picturesque.
Yeah.
Nusfjord is often regarded as one of the oldest and best preserved fishing villages in Norway, and was once home to more than 1,500 fishermen.
Wow.
Many of the old buildings related to the fishing industry have been renovated and taken care of, and today many buildings can be visited.
Yeah, they kind of have it set up for tourists, not surprisingly. A good way to make money. They've renovated some of the fishing buildings, and it's kind of made for tourists to come take a look. I think that's really nice, honestly. Very beautiful.
And we finish off our time here in Lofoten, where it all began, in the little village of Aa, where we rented a fisherman's hut for the last night.
Yeah.
All right, this is it from the Lofoten. We had an amazing time here. See you on the next one.
Okay, that was a very little brief glimpse into the village of Aa and some of the others. So I liked that. It was kind of more detailed and close up. And surfing. Surfing in Lofoten. Imagine. This was by DW Travel, and I liked this as well. This is just like, I swear, I just love discovering these places in Norway that they just seem to be endless. These amazing, beautiful places. Just so many of them in Norway, and Lofoten just seemed like such a unique gem in Norway that I feel like a lot of Americans, most Americans, have no idea about some of these places. So it really excites me to get to learn about them in detail. I really enjoy it. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Norway and Norwegian culture and places in Norway that I've never seen or learned about, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.